Hello everybody, we're looking this time at Will Mead on Twitter, who goes on to speak about this. Now we're going to go on to explain it all in just a moment and why I think it is again very exciting. But it says here, remnants of GME. Someone purchased AMC $90 call options today. This was posted about 15 hours ago, again on Twitter by Real Will Mead. Now this is the data that we are seeing. We're looking at the figures over here. It says 01, 19, 24. 90, again I'm assuming that is the price that he again outlined. We're looking at 12.96, which is more likely to be the current price. And then we see all of the rest of the figures down here. Now, some may see this as a small thing. I do believe that there are two ways to look at this. So, obviously we could spin this in a bullish way or a less important way. I wouldn't really say it could be spun in a bearish way, but I want to kind of show both sides of the scenario to show how this can be an advantage to us, but we shouldn't get our hopes up. So, we haven't really seen call options at high prices for a very long time. I think a lot of apes have stopped buying call options at this point because weekend after weekend after weekend, coming into Friday night, we've seen the price be manipulated, hammered down on Friday if it is painful for us, pushed up on Friday if it's painful for us in our call options as well, or perhaps put options if some apes are playing that. Again, I do not play options. We don't really have options in the UK, so it's not something which I am 100% acquainted with. But you know, we've seen how options have hurt us in the past, and how options have been used to effectively take money out of our pockets and subsequently out of our movement. So, whilst I think we shouldn't be buying options based on other people buying them at high prices, I think combining this with a lot of the other information which I'm going to be sharing with you today, some of which may be out by now, some of which may be coming out later, we're looking at things like a massive spike up in the cost to borrow. We saw the maximum cost to borrow increase to about 475%, as we're going to be speaking about in a separate video. We've seen other interesting things, especially over the past weekend, where we've seen the box office hits be astounding. Really, it was something which a lot of people just didn't expect, including myself. The Minions film really just blew it out of the water, which was amazing to see. And again, that is after a weekend where a lot of people came out following previous weekends where we've seen even more people coming out. But record after record seems to be being broken when it comes to finances coming into the movie industry in general. And don't think that will not be lining the pockets of AMC. Of course it will. AMC is going to have a decent share of the overall market revenue, and it is going to be nothing more than a help to us. So, again, what I'm trying to say with this $90 call option thing, I think the price action now is becoming honestly quite ridiculous. Look at how flat the stock has been over the past month, really. If we have a look to where we were at the start of the month, or at least the start of the 30-day period to the end, we're up by 6%. But really, for a stock like AMC, with the following that it has, that's not really too big at all. Look at the past 6 months and we're going to be seeing that the stock is down by 43%. But a lot of this really started to end about here, where we saw the stock really remain quite flat. We've been down by only 5% since the middle of March. And again, we have had that big spike up, but really, if you could draw a full line through that, and it would be quite flat. And since about the middle of May, we haven't seen almost any movement at all. So don't forget that. Don't forget that it is likely that a movement could be coming soon with AMC, because look at the past 2 or 3 months, nothing more than dead action, and that's fine for a penny stock which has nobody trading it. But AMC isn't a company like that. AMC is a big company, great news coming out for it all the time, and there's really no news for the company to be at the price it currently is. So I think we're looking at some very interesting, some very important times ahead. Of course, we're going to be watching AMC more and more as time goes on, but if you do enjoy this sort of content, do subscribe. That's it though for this one, but goodbye.